Elon Musk has announced that we'll be seeing more of Optimus, that weird Android that we saw summertime last year. But is this another one of those vaporware or announcements that go nowhere? Hi, welcome to Zgadgetreview. Now, if you don't remember who Optimus was, it's not that lovable transformer. It's actually an android that was unveiled last year during AI Day by Tesla. It is going to be supposedly this android that is going to be magical and is going to be able to go to the grocery store for you and get groceries if you are someone who cannot leave their house. As a refresher, the Android is going to have a 5'8" height. It is going to be able to carry 45 pounds. It is going to weigh a very light 125 pounds. It is going to be able to deadlift 150 pounds. It's going to be swole. It's going to move at 5 miles per hour. Its arm extent lift is going to be 10 pounds. Last year, they didn't have a prototype or anything to show, just images of it. But they did have someone who came on stage and gave us a quick idea of, I guess, what this Android is going to do, because this display has nothing to do with what they said about the Android, but I guess they did it for the lols. Elon Musk's tweet, as you can see, it says Tesla AI Day has been pushed to September 30th as we may have an Optimus prototype working by then. Now, when this happened, I made a video talking about how it might be impossible pretty much for Tesla to have a prototype ready to go that can go on the streets for you in a year, which technically is going to be this year. I will link the video in the description section if you want to see it. In there, I also compared Boston Dynamics and what their robots can do and how long it takes to get those robots to be able to do the things that they do. So it felt like a bunch of vaporware, as Elon Musk tends to do. And now, again, on this tweet, I think the keyword is we may. In a way, this could give an out to Mr. Musk on not presenting anything on stage, or maybe giving us, I don't know, a non-movable Android that just stands there. And the reason why I'm so doubtful is because Elon Musk / Tesla have a history of promising things or announcing things that don't exist or actually never happen. This is, in a way, a lie / PR stunt, as well as vaporware. Vaporware is software or hardware that has been advertised but is not yet available to buy, either because it's only a concept or because it's still being written or designed. Tesla does this a lot, and I'm just going to go over the things that have been promised from Elon Musk and Tesla that have never happened for no reasons given. But Tesla is not the only company that does this. I'm focusing on Tesla right now because this video is about Tesla, but I will include other companies that have done similar things. Let me take you all the way back to 2013, when Tesla was a very young company. And one of the things that people were worried about, of course, was battery, right? Charging your car and all that. Still something that people struggle with, but it has gotten better. But back in 2013 was something that people were like, plug my car? What do you mean? I can go to a gas station, fill up my car in a few seconds, minutes, versus half hour to hours having to charge my car. Well, Tesla came up with a wonderful idea, if it's something that was true, where you could literally go to stations and park your car in a station, and there will be a machine that will take your battery out of the car and replace it with a full battery, so you could be on your way. As you can see on this video, they did a side-by-side comparison of somebody filling up their car with gas and somebody going to one of these stations and having their battery replaced. The concept and the idea was, of course, game changing. If you could go to one of these stations, change your battery, drive off, and the idea is that you will come back and pick up your battery, but that would technically, of course, be full now because it's been charging, and replace it with a battery that they lend you, it would be a no-brainer. Not only that, but in this event, Musk went as far as to say that you could do multiple battery swaps in less time than it takes to fill up the tank in a car. Where is this? Can we please have it? It's been about 9 years now, approaching 10. Something tells me that this probably is never going to happen. Now let's move on to 2015, when Tesla introduced a snake robot charger. As you can see, the concept was when you got home, the robot will pop the charging port on the Tesla, and then the robot will go and find its way to that charger, making it so you didn't have to move a finger to get your car charged. Of course, this product is non-existent still. Another amazing thing that we were promised by Tesla was autonomous coast-to-coast Tesla cars. This was announced all the way back in 2016. The concept was that you will be able to pretty much order a Tesla to pick you up anywhere in the country and take you all the way to the other side of the country if it's something that you wanted to do. Of course, this was supposed to be a take on like Uber, Lyft, those share rides, those share ride services. But of course, autonomous. And as we know, autonomous cars are non-existent yet. We're still yet to see the Cybertruck. And I think on the Cybertruck, I could give it a little more slack because we had a pandemic and that pushed things back on everything. But technically, this car was supposed to come out in 2022, so this year. But now it has been pushed to 2023. And of course, we don't know if that is actually going to happen. My hope is that it does happen. When it comes to promises making cars, I believe it more than all the other things I just said, because cars are their bread and butter. And now that we have Rivian with their pickup trucks and we have Ford making electric cars, it makes sense that Tesla will also want to get in the pickup truck game. But I personally don't know how many people who use trucks for work, for example, will be looking at a Cybertruck for anything like that. Now, it sounds like a pile-on Tesla, but Tesla has a long history of doing this. But they're not the only company. We also have Apple on this list with the AirPower. Do you remember a few years ago, back in 2017, when Apple announced the AirPower? It was supposed to be this wireless charging mat where you could put your phone, you could put your AirPods, and you could put your Apple Watch all in one. This was shown at the event. People had access in the preview to actually look at the real product. But a lot of the press said that the product only had one charging coil. It didn't have all three as it was promised on the presentation, making it Vaporware. So that thing actually never came out and it was eventually canceled by Apple. And the reason Apple gave at the time, if I'm not mistaken, is because they couldn't control the cooling on the thing. Like it would get so hot that it could catch on fire. So it makes sense that Apple would have canceled the AirPower to avoid any issues in the future. But one could hope or would hope that Apple will revisit that at some point, because technology has to be a lot better today. There's got to be ways to cool that power mat and all that. So I guess hopefully one day this product becomes a reality. Another thing that became Vaporware, or was Vaporware, I guess, from the get-go, was Samsung's Galaxy Home. Samsung's Galaxy Home was their Bixby smart speaker, as if you could call Bixby smart in any sort of way. But this was supposed to be a competitor to Amazon's smart speaker, aka Echo or Alexa. And this was presented in this big thing that it was going to revolutionize things. People made fun of it, saying that it looked like a cauldron or a barbecue pit and things like that. The product was announced in 2018, and every time that they were asked, Samsung, about what was happening with the Galaxy Home, they said that it was going to come out, it was in the works, it was going to come out sometime in 2020. Well, newsflash, it never came out, and they quietly killed the product Now, all this sounds like a lot of companies lying to us, right? And I will say, yes, in a way, they are. A lot of times they get ahead of themselves when it comes to, for example, the Galaxy Home and the Air Power. I think those were products that were actually going to happen, but as I said, with Apple, the tech wasn't just there. And with Samsung, I think they just overestimated how much people will want to adopt Bixby. And so that's probably the reason why they quietly killed those products. To me, that changes with Tesla and Elon Musk. It seems that every time that Elon Musk is having negative news, there's some sort of announcement that kind of takes over those negative news. For example, this tweet about the upcoming Optimus at AI Day happened just around news of him saying that he wanted his workers to come back to the workplace and stop working from home. Also, rumors that he had said that they were probably going to cut off 10% of their workforce due to the economy. So you have all these stories. A good way to kind of remove those stories out of the press is to make an announcement like the one he made about AI Day. Do I believe that this guy lies on purpose or makes vaporware on purpose? In a way, yes, and in a way, no. Yes, because he just says it and there's really nothing to back it up. A lot of words and imagery and stuff that, hey, it could happen, even though if you really think about it, it cannot happen. Now, I'm not saying that an Android that goes shopping for you is never going to happen. It will happen at some point. Will it happen the way he's putting it? No, I don't think so. The most efficient way to have an Android to go buy you groceries and things like that is wheels. So it can move faster in the world than legs. If you have a 125-pound Android walking around streets and aisles in store, it's only a matter of time until that thing loses some sort of balance and falls on someone. And it can have a million different sensors to prevent it from doing that, but it does not make it impossible. Now, something with wheels, like 4 wheels, means that it's stable on the ground, means that it's low to the ground. Even if you make it a little tall so people don't trip over and kick it, it still makes it a safer use than what he's proposing. If you have, as I'm saying, a robot in 4 wheels that goes to the store and has an arm that comes out and grabs things that you want on your shopping list, that's more efficient than the robot that he is going to show at AI Day. Now, do I believe that this robot will ever make it from Tesla into the world? No, I don't think that this robot will ever come to market. And or maybe if it does, it won't be next year. It's probably going to be 10 to 15 years. And I know that Tesla is a strong brand and it has a lot of people who like Teslas because of their electric cars and the fact that they have pioneered that electric automotive industry and have pushed the industry to go into electric cars. All kudos for that. The more that he pulls this stance, I think the more that people get turned off towards the product. And now that we have competition, viable competition from Ford, Rivian, and other brands, I think Tesla will eventually lose its luster and, people won't be as happy with the brand. What do you think the upcoming AI Day? Do you think that we're going to see this Optimus Android? What do you think about all the vaporware that we have heard from Tesla and all the vaporware from other companies? What do you think about this whole situation in general? Let me know in the comment section. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.